Why did the turtle cross the road? To get to the Shell station. Don't laugh all at once here. But you know what really is a pain in the shell? Olive Ridley sea turtles are going extinct. The problem with this is that it's easily preventable and it's just not worth it in general. Every species on Earth has a chance to be useful in some way. Not all of them are, but that's not important because we should just preserve every species. It's a lot easier to, end up killing them all than it is to bring them back. And you just never know what is going to be useful in the future. I've spent the past 2 weeks studying and researching these olive Ridley sea turtles. And in this video, I'm going to talk all about why we should protect them. So, olive Ridley sea turtles, they are a sea turtle, right? Named after the color of its shell, which is this dark olive green color. They are 20 to 25 inches long and weigh about 100 pounds. They live in every single ocean except the Arctic Ocean. They eat all animals, basically, that are smaller than them, except fish. So mainly what they eat, that's things like crabs and lobsters and sometimes like a clam. What's important about these turtles, though, is that they all end up nesting and laying eggs on the same beaches at the same time. So it'd be big groups of turtles, going to the same beach just to lay eggs. So you'd go a long time, no eggs. Then they just all lay their eggs at the same time. These events are called aribidas. And the threats to these turtles, one of the biggest ones is light pollution, right? When a baby turtle hatches, it just looks towards light and starts going in that direction. It doesn't matter anything else. It just looks for light and it starts going that way. Any artificial light just really messes it up. Normally, the way the sun reflects light and the way water reflects light, all light comes from the ocean, at least most of it. When turtles hatch, they're going to go towards the ocean. They don't do that. So, if a turtle ends up going towards a town because it sees light, it's just going to die. That is one of the biggest threats. But other than that, bycatch for fishing, because they live in big fishing areas, and a lot of that ends up just drowning them. If they get caught in nets that are underwater for too long, or if they, are pulled out of water too long and people just have a hard time getting them back in, because they breathe air. It's hard to describe, but I can't even remember the word. People building stuff on beaches, right? That really messes up these turtles, because a lot of the time they also just lay their eggs exactly where they hatched. So, if it's a good spot, there's going to be a lot of turtles that come back there in a aribida where they go lay eggs. And whenever people mess up a beach, it can just be really bad for the population. Even if they don't mess up the beach, people a lot of the times will still hunt both the mothers and the eggs when they can find them, because it's really easy to catch them. So they'll go do that. And then even just a slight change in temperature can also really mess up these turtles for a long time. The solution, or some of the best solutions so far, first of all, just laws against hunting these in the first place, because they're not that good for hunting, and it doesn't matter anyways, because there's not a lot of them left. And then change of fishing practice and technique would also help them, because it lowers bycatch. Ocean cleaning and beach cleaning and more laws against pollution would also help these a lot, because that's bad for them, the pollution. And then global warming laws, a bit. And also, we don't know way too much about these turtles. They're just hard to like get, and we don't know anything useful for them now. So if scientists went and they researched them more, that would also be very useful for them. In the end, I think there is a lot more that humans could be doing for these turtles, but we're not doing. And if we continue to not only not do anything but also hunt them, they're just gonna die out soon, like completely. So, like back to the beginning, I don't let my pet turtle watch TV. You could call him sheltered. Feel free to laugh at that one, right? Like I said, the extinction of these turtles is easily preventable, but also just nobody's doing it. And I think we should. And the thing is, especially with these, is that like turtles, olive ridley sea turtles, they're very similar to land turtles here. Like not really, but you see the vision, and there's not a lot we can do to help these turtles, these sea turtles thousands of miles away. But there's turtles in our area, like painted turtles, and I don't know any other breeds, but we can help those. And we can help the turtles, the local turtles, and not specifically turtles. That's not the point. It's animals in the area. We can help local animals, stop them from things like extinction and overhunting. And that's what we can do. And it is important to do what we can do.